Hello, Aries. Welcome to your bonus reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you're watching this reading was meant to find you. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Aries, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. 10 of Cups. Satiety. This is fulfillment. This is really a dream come true. Okay. This is the goal that we have for a really truly happy life. Okay. I think you're somebody who, when you love, you really go above and beyond. You know, when you are pursuing something that you really feel deeply in your soul, there's no holding back. You know, there's no distractions. Right? I think you're somebody that knows what they want. You're somebody that knows what kind of life they want to live. I feel like you have a vision of the happiest life, right? This is that happiest life. This is that picture perfect life, right? This is how it is going to feel, like every cup is overflowing. Yeah. You're somebody with ambition. You're somebody who is ready to sort of pursue this life with everything you have. I feel like in the coming days and weeks, maybe like in January, right? Let's say, I feel like you're going to identify a lot of things that are distracting you from this, that are holding you back from this, okay? Because this is that best life. Now, let's put this card into a little bit of context. All right. I feel like you're, I kind of feel like you're the life of the party, right? I feel like you're usually the one that wants to make sure everybody's having a good time. You're the one that you love people. I think you love interacting with people, right? I wonder if the next few weeks are going to see a different side of you. But let's find out. Let's put more cards out on the table here. We got a 9 of Swords. We got a Magician. We got a Princess of Cups, a 6 of Wands, and there is that Empress. There is that best life right there. Okay. The 9 of Swords, it's concerning, right? It's one of the sort of most difficult cards. It's difficult to talk about. It's difficult to look at. It's painful, right? But every card has light and shadow, you know. So there is a lot of shadow in this card, obviously. It's cruelty, it's pain, it's despair, it's suffering. Okay? It is, it's tearing things down just for the sake of tearing them down, right? It's Mars in Gemini, right? So we've got this idea of sort of analyzing things, which is normal sort of Gemini energy, but then with that martial quality, when you add that Mars energy into it, we are tearing things open. And we're not being delicate with it, okay? So this is sometimes a really brutal honesty, not really concern for feelings, you know? And in fact, this might be a card that, you know, our feelings really do get hurt. Other people's feelings really do get hurt. But it's not concerned with that. This is really about tearing things open with no remorse, okay? Analyzing ideas, analyzing relationships, beliefs. I think that this is, when we put that in context of our 10 of Cups, I feel like you are ruthlessly defending your dream here. And you are maybe not so concerned with everybody's feelings because you're trying to tear open these relationships to really find out what's working and what's not. To really find out if anything needs to be sort of jettisoned from your life. Okay? I feel as if you're removing a lot of things in the next few weeks. It's January, right? I feel like you are, I feel like you're pulling off a lot of Band-Aids. It's not a slow, kind of gentle thing. I don't want it to hurt. No, you're just ripping them off. You're just tearing them off quickly with no concern. Okay? And I feel like that's kind of the vibe here with the Ten of Cups. We are done with anything that's going to interfere with this, whether this is like, and I feel mostly it's with ourselves, that we are ruthlessly honest with ourselves right now about what we need to do more of and what we need to do less of to get to our goals, to get to that happy life, to finally feel like I'm pursuing my happiness with everything I have, and I'm not making excuses, I'm not giving up, I'm not slowing down, I'm not holding back, or I'm not distracted, I'm not wasting time. Okay. But there's another way we could look at this card with the Ten of Cups, Nine of Swords. You have to also ruthlessly look at what it is that you are trying to accomplish. What is the life that you are after? What is this situation that you are currently in? Okay, what are you devoting all of your time to? Perhaps this Ten of Cups is not what you thought it was. Could this be a situation that you have committed to, or a goal that you're pursuing, or an endeavor, a project, maybe a relationship that you are sort of committed to, but now realizing that maybe it's not the one? Okay. Is this something that's so overwhelming? Is there a situation in your life, a relationship or an activity or a commitment or any kind of a focus that is overwhelming you emotionally and really taking away from your ability to focus on your best life? Because what if the Empress is really the best life, but this Ten of Cups is sort of what we're overwhelmed with right now? We need to look at things very honestly. Okay? Let's continue with the Path of the Serpent. Let's put more cards out on the table. We got a Princess of Pentacles, a Knight of Pentacles, a Four of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. See, we thought the Four of Wands was good, but the Wheel of Fortune, even better. We thought the Ten of Cups was good, but maybe what we really want is that Empress. Maybe we've been selling ourselves too short. Maybe this is a situation in which you've tried to content yourself, but you're just not feeling it. Maybe this is a situation that we are in that we feel is holding us back now. We feel there's more out there for me, that somehow I need to bust through the ceiling of this 10 and get to the 11, the 12, the 20 of cups, right? Maybe we've put an artificial sort of a limit on our capabilities, on our potential, right? Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right here. And no, it's not Clark W. Griswold's turn anymore. We're going to put him at the end of the line. And now we're actually going with Dwight Schrute. Beats Bears Battlestar Galactica. Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. So we're not going to look at that card until the end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need. If you have a prediction, please put it in the comments down below. See, that's the card we save until the end, and see if it might give us that missing piece of the puzzle. If it might be the card that literally is going to kind of make everything make sense. That's going to allow everything to click into place. All right. Let's look around the room. We've got very interesting major arcana. The Magician, the Empress, the Wheel of Fortune. See, the Magician is the one that can perform magic. The Magician is the one that has no limits. This is sort of the infinite potential that we have. We can always work to become a greater and greater magician. There's no limit to how good we can get. right? At manifesting. And what we are manifesting, of course, is this Empress. All the love, all the joy, all the beauty, all the pleasure, all the trust, all the friendship, all the romance, whatever you want, whatever you need, the kind of life that you want to live. That's what this is. Okay. Makes the Ten of Cups look like kind of small potatoes. Right. And so the Empress is that life that it's kind of like a mother nature. It's kind of like, the more you tend to it, the more it's going to grow. There's no, I guess there is a limit, but not really, It's going to continue, and it's going to require input, right? It's going to require us to feed into it, to give to it, to sacrifice for it, and get out. The more you put in, the more you get out. Yeah. Whereas the Ten of Cups feels like it's sort of a limit. It's kind of like that's a situation that could only take you so far, whether it's a relationship, whether it is a plan or a purpose. I feel like we need to think bigger. We need to realize that maybe the Ten of Cups is too small of a goal for you. You need to think bigger, aspire to more. We got the Wheel of Fortune too. Because the Wheel of Fortune then is all of this expansiveness. It is a Jupiter energy. It's a little bit of luck or serendipity. It really is a jackpot. Okay? It really is the idea as well that this is an organic growth. This is something that continues to expand and expand and expand. It's not a limit. Okay? To me, it feels like maybe the Ten of Cups is good. But I don't think it's necessarily what you thought it was. Now, maybe this is a relationship that you're in. I do, there are 3 court cards here. I do feel like there are other people around you that are involved in this in some way. Maybe it's a family thing. Maybe it's a work thing. It could be something about romance for you. But it seems as if you're coming to some important realizations about certain relationships in your life. Okay? We've got fire. Water, back here. We don't have any air energy. But we have our earth cards. So the lack of air energy here kind of, to me, aside from the Nine of Swords, but the lack of any other kind of, active swords cards makes me wonder if, one, we haven't started this process yet. This is the work for you right now in January, to ruthlessly analyze your own thoughts and beliefs, ruthlessly analyze the goals that you have in life, the relationships that you have in life, and figure out what is meaningful to you and what is not. What is necessary in your life right now and what is not. Okay? It almost feels as if there is a relationship in your life, and it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It doesn't even have to be with a person. It could be with an idea. It could be with a habit. It could be with, anything, right? With something else, something outside of you and the way you are relating to it. I feel like if you really look at it, you'll see that it's impeding your progress. So if we have this horizontal flow, we begin with the Princess of Cups. There is this desire, there is this attraction to something. You have been prompted by your heart, by spirit, by your intuition to pursue your goal. And perhaps the evolution of that is of course, this Empress life. Being in control, being in charge, knowing that we have to give to this life to get the rewards out of it. And this is a really good flow. This is perfect. We want this. Okay. But then when we're kind of stuck in the middle with this Nine of Swords, to me it feels like something ain't right. Something is preventing us from getting the full Ten of Cups expanding into the Empress energy. Now, the magician down beneath everything, you're somebody with a very good head on your shoulders. You're very intelligent. You learn easily. You're like a good learner. You pick things up quick, right? I feel like you are very perceptive. You can sense the subtle things. You can sense when something's wrong before it's like obvious, and you could probably do that with other people. You could kind of just feel a vibe with someone, be like, hey, what's wrong? And they'll be like, what do you mean? You can sense that something is a little bit amiss before there are any overt signs, right? Very perceptive in that way. I think you're very thoughtful, that you do consider others' feelings, and you are very concerned with sort of what face you wear when you're interacting with someone. Okay, you're able to build rapport with people. People trust you. People like you. And it could be that this quality is maybe affecting your ability to really see objectively and see like, okay, this particular relationship is not good for me. Or this particular relationship, this particular interaction I'm being taken for granted, or I'm being maybe manipulated. Maybe this is something that really isn't as healthy as we thought it was. Okay. Now, the Princess of Cups in the background position, I feel like you started something new recently. I think maybe it was, I don't know if it was the last couple of months or maybe toward the middle of 2024. I feel like you kind of started a new thing. It was either a relationship or it was a new sort of path, a new project, you had a sort of budding desire for something, and I think you started doing it. You started getting involved with something new. And I feel like it really has the potential to be great. I feel like this is us having the dream, And the Ten of Cups is the ideal, the realization that we can manifest this dream. So it was maybe a few months ago that you began something like that. You began sort of working toward manifesting the dream. You probably had the dream forever, but this was that moment where you said, okay, I'm going to start actually doing things to create it, right? There may be a younger female energy that's sort of affecting your situation right now. Both of these princesses in both places, so there could be a relationship, whether it's a younger friend or if it's a younger family member or something like this. Yeah, the Six of Wands at the top here. You're somebody that you like to include everybody. Now, there's this misperception about Aries that you're sort of just in it for yourself. That you just want to be first to cross the finish line and screw everybody else. You may be first to cross the finish line. Yeah, that may be true. But you're the one that will turn around and help everybody else across too. That if you win, it's for everybody. It's kind of like, I don't win until we all win. Yeah. And I think that this is it's a wonderful way to relate to people. And it's it shows your heart. It shows your authenticity. It shows your consideration and your thoughtfulness. I think you're somebody that really likes to help people. Yeah. You have a confidence about you that kind of says, I can help other people and not feel that I'm being diminished. If I'm helping other people, it's not taking anything away from you. You know what I mean? If you help somebody else succeed, it doesn't mean that you have to lose a little. There's that confidence there. Yeah. In the future position, Empress energy. This is what we're working toward. This is what's coming for you in the next couple of weeks. I think, January is the month where I think everything's going to change for you. Because I feel like whatever is impeding your progress toward the realization of this dream is going to be removed from your life. Through your own sort of objective view and analysis. It's the only time really that we say, man, swords cards are kind of good right now. Because we have to see what has been afflicting us. We have to be able to identify what that thorn in our side is, or that thorn in our paw, What is it that's impeding the progress here on the horizontal path, getting to that Empress? In some ways, the Empress is the, I think this is really you living the dream. You know? We have the princesses here. And the Princess of Pentacles especially. I always say the Princess of Pentacles is the one that can develop and transform into the Empress. This is a situation with potential. This is the realization of that potential. See, this is the dead of winter. There's no life here yet. It's there, but it's sort of under the surface. You're working to bring out that life, and there that life is now in full blossom, full abundance. But something is interfering with that, right? Something is, and the Nine of Swords could really be part of your own mind that is starting to doubt things. But I feel that it's kind of being influenced by somebody around you, or by a relationship that you have with something or someone. And if we identify that and we remove this, let's say we get rid of that Nine of Swords. This is perfect. This is beautiful. This is the thorn in your paw, right? It's the only thing that's preventing you from getting to that Empress life. This is Big Rock Candy Mountain. This is living the dream. Okay. So I feel like once we can remove this, there will be rapid growth for you. Things are going to proceed quickly. Yeah. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is totally free. All right. Your general energy is the Princess of Pentacles. I think you're somebody who is trying to bring out your very best self. You're trying to achieve your potential, fulfill your potential. I think this is a path of self-development for you, though I feel that there is something in the physical realm that you're working on, something that you're trying to transform from, let's say, the beginning, just the as-is state that we find something, into its kind of Empress version. Whether it's a business or a relationship or just a life. Okay? You're aware of the potential here. And if we don't work toward fulfilling this potential, I feel like that's going to really eat at you. I feel like that Nine of Swords. Then the Knight of Swords is doing a lot of things. Because the Nine of Swords is the interference from outside. It is somebody or something in your life that you have a relationship with that is affecting your progress, that's impeding your path here this way. It's also sort of the solution. It's you ruthlessly analyzing, recognizing that, and removing that from your life. This could also be the thought process. This could also be that part of you that's just ready to give up on the dream. Ready to give up on your potential. Okay. Now, the Knight of Pentacles in the position of your relationships. In a lot of our relationships right now, we're being asked to extrapolate out. Okay? Take your relationship with anything and project it a year into the future. Project it 6 months into the future or whatever. Is it still there? And what is your relationship to it? So we take our relationship with anything, with our lifestyle, our habits, our friends, our family, our commitments, our work, our devotions, our loves, our distractions and interests, our hobbies. Look a year into the future. What has happened? What has it done for you? How did that relationship grow and develop? Is it helping you to become your very best self? Is it not doing anything? Is it the same? Or is it sort of getting worse? Okay. It's going to be one of those three options, right? So because this card is in the position of your relationship, this is in your environment, we have to look at where we are in life and look at it a year into the future, or even longer, or whatever, or shorter, maybe it's just a month. And see, if I keep this thing in my life, or if I devote myself to this relationship, or if I keep these particular friends around, or these certain hobbies or interests or distractions, what is it really doing for me in the long run? And yeah, maybe this sounds a little selfish, right? But I think it's very important that you do that, especially if there is something in your life that is sort of dominating your thinking and perhaps even influencing you, maybe in a very overt way, maybe in a rather subtle way, to give up on this dream, to give up on this ideal of this 10 of Cups, preventing you from really becoming that Empress energy and living that Empress life. Okay. So you have these intense aspirations. The 9 of Swords sort of feels like there's somebody that's saying, you can't do it, you'll never do it, right? Maybe that's us. Maybe that's part of our mind saying that. Maybe it literally is somebody else in your life that's putting you down. Okay? It may not be that obvious, but the Knight of Pentacles is important here. We have to be able to follow a particular flow of energy and see how it is going to result, see how it is going to develop over time. We can see the way this energy is developing over time. This is extraordinary, right? But if you consider things kind of as they are, right, maybe this is more ideal. This is the ideal flow. Of course, these are the cards we want. And this is the progression we want. We want to have a dream. We want to believe it's possible. We want to know what the perfect state of that dream is. And then we want to start living it. But if we have a 9 of Swords, that creates an entirely different long-term future. A year, 2 years, maybe 6 months, whatever it is. The 4 of Wands is in your obstacle position, the difficulty. The card we really don't want. And what we don't want is the ending of some of these things. It's sort of, the hard part here is to cut things out of your life that aren't serving you anymore. And with that 9 of Swords, tells me that this is either one really, really big thing that you've got to cut out of your life, that cycle is done. It's either one huge thing or it's a lot of little things. Because that 9 is very severe. The 4 of Wands is us realizing that it's okay to find closure. It's okay to conclude things in our lives. We keep taking on new things, new interests, new hobbies, new people, right? And we're just accumulating more and more of these sort of mental strings attached to all sorts of things. And if we're not ever cutting any of those strings, we're really getting kind of tangled up here. Okay? So for every new thing that we're into, every new relationship or new sort of, even just a train of thought, right? We're opening way too many tabs, in our browser. We've got to close some of them out, right? Especially those ones that are really slowing down the machine, really making the internet speed like just drag, We've got to be able to conclude some of those things. And it's okay, I'm done with that. This situation, this hobby, this person, relationship, whatever, it's not for me anymore. Okay? Its time has concluded. And that's what the Four of Wands is. It's earthly time. We're replacing that then with divine time, the Wheel of Fortune. I think this is all about timing. I think Spirit's saying there's no better time than right now. We can't argue with the Wheel of Fortune. If the Wheel of Fortune shows up, we just say, okay, it's now. Spirit doesn't care if we agree, if we approve. Spirit doesn't even care if we participate. The divine timing, it is what it is, and we have no choice but to say, okay, I guess I'm doing it now. I think this is going to be the focus of January. We've got to sort of, we've got to wrap up a lot of the old stuff from 2024 and start bringing in the new energy. So the first month of the year, let's clean our table off. Let's get everything, let's organize our workspace, right? For the months to come and for the energy to come and for everything that's coming in your future, which I think is going to be marvelous. It's time. Yeah, it's time to figure out what these things are and do something about them. And I think that doing so is going to allow your life to expand and grow limitlessly. Yeah. Let's look at our mystery card. What do we think? I think it's going to be a 9 of something. I think it's going to be a 9 of cups or pentacles. Maybe of wands. Yeah. If you have a prediction, Aries, please put it in the comments down below. Let's see. It's a Page of Swords. The Page of Swords, another princess, right? Princess, pages, same type of energy. These are cards that, or this is, let's say a person, an energy, that needs to learn some new things. Yeah. This is a squire. This is a knight in training. Okay. So in some ways it's kind of going back to the basics. It's in the context of this reading, I feel like this is a simplification. That the 9 of Swords is too many complications, too many tabs open, or maybe one really like resource intensive sort of tab. This is sort of a browser refresh. Okay. And this is saying, okay, I'm just going to go back to the simple things. I'm going to clear everything off my desk, and I'm just going to put back on the desk what I really need. And we do that mentally, obviously, right? And we sort of, I'm trying to think of a good analogy here. I have a backpack that I carry with me, right? And I got to a point where I was trying to stuff everything into the backpack. Everything I thought I may need. And the backpack was getting very heavy. And then what I did, and where I'm at now with it, I've dumped it out. And I carry an empty backpack with me. And then I realized, I need my chapstick. Okay. That's something that I'm going to need quite often. So that's something that's going to go into the backpack. And this is a way that we only carry with us the essentials. Right now it's about sort of conserving the resources. We don't want all the tabs open. We don't need them right now. We don't need all of these intensive relationships that are perhaps not even healthy to begin with. Or they're just neutral distractions, right? We need to clear everything off the desk and say, okay, what do I really need? Well, I need my tarot cards, obviously. I may need my tea. That's something I need while I read. And we just sort of, we redo it in that way. And that's sort of a refresh here with the Page of Swords. Yeah. But then we also set this up as a bit of a sentinel at the door. We stay vigilant so that we don't allow these attachments to happen again. And then pretty soon, now we're just in this chaos of that 9 of Swords all over again. Happens quickly. It happens so fast we don't even really realize it. So this is us then defending against that. Okay, that we're being now very protective over our mental energy. because you're trying to manifest this dream, and 2025 is the year that this dream becomes a reality for you. And January is the month of sort of cleaning everything off the desk, figuring out what these swords are, whether it's a lot of little ones or one big one. It's got to go. And the Page of Swords is going to make sure it doesn't come back. Now, we're going to do an extended reading if you want to stick around. There's a link up top. There's a link down below. New readings for Aries Monday and Friday. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It supports the channel. I appreciate that. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.